I'm just doing a little experiment here to see if I'm live streaming to the platforms I've connected to. I'm using Restream. And I just thought, sure, what could I teach people today? What would add value? And I decided that I would add value by telling you how to optimize your Twitter profile. A lot of people don't realize how powerful Twitter is. Right now, Twitter is rocking. There's Twitter Spaces, which is social audio. You can hold events, audio events. You can do so much with Twitter, and a lot of people go to Twitter for the latest news as it happens. And a lot of people, I don't think, realize as well that Twitter has a lot of CEOs and decision makers there and small business owners there. So if you want to comment while I'm doing this, I will put your comments up on the screen if they're like, suitable, of course, but definitely say hi. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how to make your Twitter profile stand out. Because if you are in B2B space, definitely Twitter is a great place for you. But also, if you're in the B2C space, there are a lot of people on Twitter aged 35 to 55. The highest growing demographic are the over 55s. And a lot of people would be professional, urban. So just bear that in mind as well. Maybe your audience aren't on Twitter, but that's the demographic mostly on Twitter. A lot of people go to Twitter for the latest news as it happens. They also go to Twitter to learn, to be educated, and to be entertained. So if you're funny, you do well on Twitter as well. A lot of people on Twitter also like nature and like to see behind the scenes. So I'm going to share my screen and I'll show you my Twitter profile just to give you an idea of what works really well. Okay, so this is my Twitter profile. So as you can see, if I want to edit that now, I am the Chief Community Officer at WeDo. So I just recently changed that. So I'm going to change that. So you just go into your bio. So what I did was I clicked edit profile, and then you can also change your name here, add something here if you want. You can also put your location and your birthday and all of that as well. So then you just click save, and that should update, which it has. See? It's updated it now. So what I do is I put my personality into my Twitter bio. But the first thing I want to say to you is get a great headshot. I got a great headshot from John Murray Photos, John Murray Headshots, and I asked him, could he get across in my profile photo that I mean business, that I know my stuff, but also that little mischievous glint in my eye, I wanted people to be able to see it. And I think you'll agree he got that perfectly. So always invest in a really good headshot, or at least if you have a photograph here, this is the avatar, it's called on Twitter. If you have a photo here, make sure that you're smiling and you're approachable. And then up here, you can put your header. So you put up a header, what you're about, what it is you do, or whatever, and you can put that in here. I change my header sometimes, like on LinkedIn, I suppose. But down here is your bio. So this is the part where you put in what you're about. So think of three things that make you stand out from everybody else. What is your superpower? What is it that makes you stand out? And for me, I'm a sprinkler of Twitter magic. I'm also going to put in here, I'm going to edit this while we're here, and I'm going to say Twitter expert. Okay, so let me see. I can put Twitter expert, but as you can see, I've used up 155 characters already. So I can put in here Twitter expert, but it won't fit. So I'll just take it this for a minute. You can edit it. Twitter expert. Um, Nice people collector. I want to leave that in because it kind of shows my personality. So I'm putting my stamp of authority by putting Twitter expert as well. And then nice people collector shows my personality. I am a connector, definitely. And I have a TEDx speaker as well. So I have a little bit of space there. I'll throw that in there. I'll put friend of BW, but I want to put in the director of Women's Inspire Network. So what I'll do is I'll change a little bit of this. Let me see. So I want to leave the nice people collector in because that attracts a lot of great people to my profile. So the director of the Women's Inspire Network, any ladies who are watching, please do join us. And then I have my little bit of space and I can put in, will I put TEDx speaker? Yeah, TEDx speaker. because it also puts your authority there as well. So you're putting in what it is, the main things about you, but also put my personality in there. It just makes you stand out a little bit more. And then you just click save, and that's it. Your profile is changed and saved. So there you go. That's just a little tip on how to change your Twitter profile, and how to make it stand out. Always think about, you know, the person that you're trying to attract, the audience that you're trying, the client you're trying to attract. So make sure you have a great headshot. You look approachable. You're showing your stamp of authority, showing what you're great at, and people will start following you. And it's a great way. People are not going to follow you if your profile doesn't look good. Like, think about this. Would I follow me? Like, think about your Twitter profile and look at your Twitter profile and think, would I follow me? And if not, change it. But it's really important, because when you get followers, followers can become brand advocates, and people will only follow you if they think they're going to get value, or if they like you, or they think they're going to like your tweets. So definitely do have a look at your Twitter profile today, and have a look and tweak it and see, is it really coming across the way you want it to come across? Because it only takes a second to click follow, and when that person follows you, you could have a follower for life and a brand advocate for life. So thank you so much for joining, and happy new year, everybody.